Silicon Valley Nordic Beat, the week in review. I'm Margaretha Lavander. Here are the top stories from this past week, where Nordic innovation meets West Coast tech. Epic Games versus Apple, a win for developers like Spotify. We start with a breakthrough ruling from a federal court in Oakland that could reshape the App Store economy. Swedish streaming company Spotify is rolling out a US app update with external links for purchases, a feature Apple had long blocked. The change follows a judge's decision that Apple violated a 2021 court order meant to promote competition. The ruling stems from a long-running antitrust case brought by video game maker Epic Games, which accused Apple of maintaining an illegal monopoly over its App Store payment system. Spotify calls it a win for transparency and choice. The company says it will finally be able to show users clear pricing and let them pay outside Apple's system, without the usual 30% commission. That same court decision is also good news for Swedish game developer G5 Entertainment, led from San Francisco by CEO Vlad Suglobov. G5 has criticized Apple's cut on in-app purchases and launched its own store in 2020. Today, that store brings in nearly 20% of company revenue. Suglobov tells Silicon Valley Nordic Beat that the ruling allows G5 to better inform players on iOS about cheaper alternatives. More updates are expected when G5 reports first quarter earnings next week. Swedish e-nose tracks beetles from the sky. A Swedish startup is turning heads with what it calls an MRI for forests. At the Forest Innovation Summit in Berkeley, BeetleSense pitched a drone-powered system to catch beetle infestations before trees show visible symptoms. Their AI-based e-nose detects the pheromones beetles release during an attack, a signal that can come weeks or even months before trees turn color. The startup plans to test its system this summer in California's Sierra Nevada, scanning trees one by one using self-navigating drones. BeetleSense is not officially raising capital, but co-founder Brendan Lagrange says they're open to early investment for building out the first version. Cybercrime meets espionage. And finally, a warning out of the RSA Cybersecurity Conference in San Francisco. John Fokker, a Dutch cybersecurity expert at Trellix, says nation-states are now working hand-in-hand with cybercriminal gangs. These are no longer hackers in hoodies. They work from office buildings, with HR departments and C-suites, and some are involved in espionage. Fokker points to leaked chats from the ransomware group Black Basta as evidence of links to senior Russian officials. But he says these groups can still be stopped, because at the end of the day, they're just people, and people make mistakes. That's your recap from Silicon Valley Nordic Beat. I'm Margaretha Lavander. Thanks for listening. For more stories, interviews, and insights, follow us at svnordicbeat.com. And if you're interested in reaching our growing Nordic American audience, we now have some advertising opportunities available. Get in touch. We'd love to work with you.